That's the reality, right? And for someone like you in your profession, man, this is like super crazy important, man. This
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this you don't get this piece right, man.
Mhm.
Listen, because it's very true that first impressions have significant weight. I won't say 100% weight because you can always reclaim some lost traction in a social social faux pas. You know, you mess up on that first connection with them, so you now have to figure out how to regain that ground. I have a story about that actually. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, let me hear Pastor G.
I don't know why he's laughing. This is funny. It's a true story. Okay, so I was prospecting early on for the Atlanta. It wasn't even for the Atlanta campaign, but it just so happens I was um, looking at some businesses that are part of the Atlanta Business Chamber of Commerce, Black Chamber of Commerce, and a few businesses kind of appealed to me. So I reached out to a few, maybe three or four of them, and the lady answered the phone, and I knew it was a family-owned business. That's one of the things that appealed to me. And she answered the phone, and I asked for the person who was registered as the owner. And her response, I think she answered with a different name or something. But anyway, um, I'm still good. So I said, well, do you have a few moments? I'd like to ask you a few questions about your business. Are you interested in growing your business? That's one of my questions. That's one of
Mhm.
the questions I ask people. How's business? Or are you interested in growing your business? And she said, no. She was like, she didn't say no directly. She said, well, I don't think so. Like, not right now yet. I said, oh, okay, so you don't want to grow your business. Okay, fine. Sorry to bother you. And they said, wait a minute. I think that's really rude that you're exactly right. I see your look. She's like, I think that was very rude. Do you always come off so, um, I forget how she put it, but basically, she was right, but she was wrong. First, she was right. I had recognized in that moment that she could not get any more of my time. So you said you're not interested. Okay. And because I'm doing cold calling, which I hate to do but must do. Every business owner has to have that, as salesperson specifically has to have that built into their hardwiring. It has to be so systematic because no one wants to do it. I've provided you already some audio training on why it's important to do. And somehow I realized that, okay, bye. I got to do this. And I've already received maybe a couple of rejections, maybe one other rejection that morning, but one's enough to make you want to stop doing something you don't want to do anyway.
Right. Right.
Slide off. But as I as I heard her, I was like, oh, and I'm talking to a black woman who I had to remember there's a black queen. I just can't say, I need to take more consideration as the person. That's my responsibility. But I had become laissez faire. I had been like, kind of dismissive. Okay, bye. So she was right, but she was wrong because she said she didn't want to. So what you say gives you the results sometimes. Or usually gets you what you want. But she was slightly offended. She was slightly offended. I won't say massively because she didn't know me. We never spoken to each other a day in our lives. But I rubbed her the wrong way, and so I apologized. I said, but I didn't watch this though. But I didn't fully apologize. I did one of the, oh, I can understand how you might perceive that as being a little offensive. Yeah, that was not my intention though. That's not my intention.
Right.
My intention. So I still really haven't apologized. I'm just like, she said, oh, well, that's exactly what it had. Okay, well, I won't waste any more of your time. Goodbye. Before got off the phone, I knew what I was going to do. So I think maybe in that moment or a few hours later, I pulled one of my nice cards. I have these. I suggest you get you a set of them as well. Just any standard stationery store. Oh, oops, I've used them all. But they're, here's one. They look like this. it's just a floral pattern of a small 3x5 card that that basically is blank. Just a blank card that I would write in. Looks like this, and just this is just an example of what type of instrument I use. So it's a little card, and because I already had her business information, I just wrote a note on there, following up, saying, "Listen, after more consideration, I realized that was offensive, and I'm sorry. Excuse me." And then I also put in the packet one of my education-based marketing materials, and let her just a note, really, of apology. And this was a gift to her. Well, what I'm talking about, man, is first impressions is critical. Like I said, it's not 100%. You can claw back